Through some questionable science and experimentation, can you make someone believe they're not who they are? Teddy Daniels, plagued with waking dreams of his deceased wife, and with a strange aversion to water, heading to Shutter Island, he's about to uncover more than he bargained for. If you haven't, go and watch this one. Cause guys, this movie is a doozy. Teddy and his partner Chuck arrive on Shutter Island to investigate the case of an escaped patient, Rachel Solando, at Ashcliffe Institute. If there's any sign that something's afoot here, it has to be the high walls and two gates. Two gates! What exactly are they trying to keep inside here? Ashcliffe is divided into 3 wards. Ward A for the men, Ward B for the women, and Ward C for the criminally insane. They first get to talk to Dr. Cowley, who explains what they're doing at Ashcliffe as a moral fusion between law, order, and clinical care. And that's about as much as they're going to get out of them, because everyone here, everyone, is playing keep-away games with information. Searching a room, they find a note. One they can't decipher. And upon asking Dr. Cowley, he says he has no clue as to what the note might mean. Annoyed by the lack of cooperation, Teddy decides to leave in the morning. That night, a downpour ensues. Teddy has a waking dream of his wife, who tells him not to leave and that she's still on the island. Rachel somehow reappears, and we learn that the reason she's on the island is because she killed her kids and won't believe the reality that they're dead. With the rain not letting up and turning into a hurricane, power fails on Shutter Island. Teddy sees this as an opportunity to investigate Ward C, which had been denied access since he arrived. In Ward C, he runs into George Noyce, someone who he apparently served with. George tells him that all of this is a game, a maze that has been set up for him. Continuing with his investigation, Teddy climbs down a cliff. He comes across a cave. In that cave is a woman. She says she's the real Rachel Solando. She never had kids, and she used to work at Ashcliffe. She explains what's been happening to Teddy and what is going on at Ashcliffe. They're conducting experiments on the mind, to create ghosts, men and women who can go into the real world and do things they wouldn't normally. The headaches and dreams are all side effects of a drug they've been giving him, laced within the food or the cigarettes. With this newfound information, he's determined to blow the lid on this place. Heading back to the main institute, Chuck is gone. He's nowhere to be found. Asking the doctor where his partner is. He's told, "What partner? You arrived on this island alone." Every attempt Teddy makes to leave is being diverted, so instead he decides to go to the lighthouse. There he finds Cowley, and his hand starts shaking. He stopped taking the cigarettes. Cowley explains that what's happening is that he's suffering withdrawal from the drugs they've been giving him for the past 24 months. Not believing a word of it, that he's a patient at Ashcliffe, Cowley then shows him a board and explains that Rachel Solando is an anagram for Dolores Chanel, his wife, and Edward Daniels is another anagram for Andrew Ladis. The law of 4. And he is the 67th patient. He goes on to tell him that they've been at this for months, trying to bring him back. And either he accepts the truth, or they lobotomize him. Chuck then enters, who turns out is actually Lester Sheehan, his psychiatrist for the months that he's been there. All of this is too much for him, and he passes out. When he wakes up, they're all surrounding him, and they ask him a series of questions. He seems to have accepted the narrative they gave him, and he gives them the answers that they want to hear. Now here starts my issue with this movie. So everything they've been telling him about Rachel actually refers to him. Then there was this conversation that happened sometime at the start about her not getting far without shoes. The warden had gone by then. When they go and help him search, the warden mentions what he said, but there's no way he could have known that because he wasn't there. Also, in the final scene, when the experiment has failed, I'd assume, why then does Chuck or Lester call him Teddy and not Andrew? I say this because Chuck has been smoking the same cigarettes as well. Given with what they're doing on this island, creating ghosts, either Teddy or Andrew could be the real personality, or neither of them.
Which would be worse? To live as a monster, or to die as a good man?